A little bit.
No, look at screen. You can see how you look. You see?
Nah, cause look, I spent a lot of years growing this beard.
I know that's right.
They need to see it.
I know that's right.
You feel me? They got to see this. It really took 22 years for this to start growing.
Word.
I was a bald faced man.
You recording black?
I was bald in the face.
Go ahead.
It was
Get off. Is that right? No, just let it run. Just let it run.
Yeah,
It's been 22 years.
yeah, 22 years I was naked faced.
See,
Then it finally, I started to get some little hairs down here. Then I'm like, hold up. Then somebody was like, if you shave them, it'll grow back thicker. It worked. So I kept shaving. I started shaving every day. It was nothing on my face. I'm just shaving. Nah, it worked though. Look where we at now though.
See,
It kicked in.
It kicked in.
I found out the secret sauce when I was 15.
Don't say anything stupid, please.
What?
Well, never mind. Go ahead.
I can't say it.
I don't know.
Anyway, so yes, the OGs on my block,
Yep, here we
which
are.
were horrible people. They were always wrong. They never told me anything right.
Right.
They was like, yeah, man, you 15, you gotta start eating pussy. I'm like, all right, that's how you get a beard. Like,
Oh yeah.
let's do it. And then he's like, yo, if you eat ass,
I knew
true.
he was
then
going
he's
to
like,
say
if you
that.
eat ass, it'll go fast. I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna start this. So at that time, I was just a nasty nigga around the block. Like, stay away from Walt. He be eating
Right,
ass.
yeah.
Like, it was a cool back
No,
then.
I mean that's I knew that wasn't a thing because I was eating ass and pussy and I didn't have a beard until I was 22. So
That's what happened with me. I was like, all right, let me do it. And actually, but I had like a full, like, it was coming in. I had the full, like, goatee and everything.
it only enhances it. Yeah. So it's like
You got to have
if
a
you're
good base.
using- If you're using beard oil with no beard, it's like you're just
Wow,
putting
wow,
oil on your
yeah,
face.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the juices is like a oil.
See, I found out also this week that, you know what I'm saying, they was like, yo, if you eat pussy, your beard comes in, but if you got gray hairs because you ate ass. So I was like, well, that means eating ass gives you wisdom. Like, because they said the gray hair means wisdom. So I think that means I'm like, and I thought about it, like, when I was eating ass, like, damn, I should invest in my 401k.
You
Like,
should.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, it's teaching me life lessons.
And you're thinking about this all as you're eating ass.
I mean, now that I think about it, I did make some good decisions afterwards. Go ahead, Councilman Black.
Manny, what's your IG?
It's
Manny
Manny's
Mania.
mania.
That's what I thought.
Manny.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's funny.
Can I
Now I know
say-
something about Walt.
Oh yeah, I'm fucked up.
We're similar.
That's cool. I'm just glad
Yeah.
the baby can't hear or understand anything I'm saying right now.
She knows what you're saying. She's gonna remember this.
I don't want her to. I do not want her to remember this at
4
all.
months in, she's a sponge. She knows everything.
She can't say words. Like, don't,
She-
I
Right.
remember-
She can't say words, so.
She doesn't say words, but she talks with her eyes. Like she'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah, she's not gonna like me. Okay, Black, in Espanol, please. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
so-
You. I'll be doing it. Welcome to the episode of Tequila Talk. My name is Walt Light Walt, aka Tequila Walt. If you do not search my old tweets, I have grown, aka Child the Pavement, aka the 6-time crop pot champ, aka if you see me in Gold's Gym before weights, approach me as you with a bear. Oh, I fucked that one.
You said a gear.
I said gear, right?
Was it a deer?
I don't know. I said supposed to be a bear.
I know, but where'd the G come from?
I'm stuttering.
Yeah.
I'm amped up on like pre-workout right
I was going
now.
to say, do you have the stuff in your system?
You know it.
Damn.
AKA the Rick James of podcaster, AKA my pronouns are I'm him, and we have Jazz Cooper here.
Hey guys,
For
please make sure you're
average.
following us on social media, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Wherever you listen, please make sure you download. That's how we get our streams. And for all of us on YouTube, thank you. Please
Yeah.
make sure you are subscribed to our channel. Hi, friend.
How you feeling today?
I feel good today.
I got all my fingers, so I survived July 4th.
You know, I had a 4th of July too. Last year I had a better 4th of July because I was closer to the fireworks. Like I went on a block and bought my chair.
Oh
And-
yeah, that's what we do every year.
Yeah,
Go
I
to
love
North
like
East.
that's what I miss most about living in DC was because I live not too far from
the Readers I be at.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you would just bring your lawn chair and just sit outside, and there'd be fireworks. Like the boys be outside doing the fireworks, people be drinking, you know, having a nice community time. Like that, I miss a lot about moving here. So this 4th of July, we saw some fireworks, but it was on like a rooftop at, you know, looking downtown. So it wasn't quite the
In my ass.
vibe.
Over this shit, doing dumb stuff with kids. I'm shooting Roman candles at them.
Don't do
Lit.
that. You know,
Like, this is what we
you-
did when we were growing up. Like, they be all right,
no,
they tough.
no, that apartment building that burnt down in DC, it was because of Roman candles.
Hey, life happens.
They shot him right into somebody's house.
Wow.
Wildin', yeah, wildin'. So I don't play it. I don't play that.
Oh
Roman
man,
Catholic
we are
shit.
joined here today by a man who's I've seen a lot of your videos. Every time I seen one, it's like viral. Every last one I've seen of yours, I'm like, I'll go to the video, like, 1 million views, okay, 3 million views, okay, 3, okay, man. You know how you get on Instagram or TikTok and you just go like this the whole time, and you look up, it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done that on your page.
Wow, I appreciate that. That's flattering for sure.
But yeah, no, you bring comedy into like real life situations. Like everything you said on these skits, like I've seen that guy. Oh, I know that person.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
real
okay,
people.
These are
Yeah, they're real people. Like they're not like fake stories.
this is real stuff that really happens.
Like not to me, but like so when I first started making skits, like I was doing the Heaven series only. Like well not only, but once that went viral, I did like 70 parts of that straight where I just was only writing those. Every day I was writing those. And so it got me connected with a lot of people that was like really like in the streets heavy. Like you know what I mean? Like that's who was following me. And so they're DMing me. I check in my DMs. And so they telling me all these crazy stories. And I'm like, is this shit real? Like, this shit really happened?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you care if I talk about this? They like, yo, go ahead. Like, that's why I'm telling you. So I'm like, so initially it was like a lot of people was just sharing their stories. And then I'm like, that just gave me more content on top of what I already had. Because I grew up in Baltimore. I mean, some of that shit, like, I seen that. But
Man, okay,
it's not all me. That's what I'm saying. Like,
look, well, we got Manny Tha God in the building. We're gonna put the claps in right now. You know, you ain't gonna hear him, but you know, it's gonna be an audio.
the claps. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
Live
real shit.
audience.
I figure you. I mean, I figure you from Baltimore. Half the videos, I'm like, yeah, he's a yo.
Yeah. He's a yo.
He's a yo. I got season tickets to the Ravens. I know yos. I've been outside.
What'd you call him?
A yo.
A yo.
A yo.
That's what they call Baltimoreans?
Nah, they don't call us that. Maybe from
We do.
DC.
Maryland,
Yeah.
DC, PG County, we call y'all yos. And we
Oh.
call DC niggas mo's.
Oh,
The yos versus the mo's.
The yos
wait.
versus
So
the
where
mo's.
are you from?
I'm from PG County.
Oh, PG County, the worst place on the planet. Got it.
Really?
Cool. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Nobody fucks with PG.
Really? I thought they loved PG.
Nobody.
I have
Loves
nothing. I'm
PG.
I'm not in it.
Who's like a big rapper from PG County?
Big Flock?
That's
To
he's
the
from
fool?
Flock from the city.
No, he went to Wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He just named two niggas nobody knows.
Look.
Well, to be fair, we can't name too many rappers from here because all we got is Wale. We got Flock. Well, we got is Wale. Wale's technically from
Moco.
Yeah.
Wale is not from PG County.
He's from
no.
Moco.
He's from
Yeah.
Moco.
He be putting land over shit, and he's like, nigga, you're not from this area. But I'm not gonna say too much about that. Hey, shout out to my friends that be in the videos.
Nah, but
Shout
Wale,
out to him.
But Wale, his audience is like the women's side of it is like
Oh yes, lit.
rich women.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
like they get good money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like my bro told me he
That's
go
PG
to
County
Wale
blood, right?
concerts just to meet the women
Let's meet girls.
because these is educated college women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Ambitious Girl.
Yeah.
He
That went
talking
double
right
that went
to
double
him.
platinum in the HBCU.
Come on now. he getting money. He's speaking to the right audience.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
That's a good point.
Think about it.
I can't say nothing about your rappers because like they're popping, so I listen to them.
We got Tech, we got Roddy Rags, OTR Chaz. Shout out to OTR Chaz, that's my bro.
I've learned how to park height strut and
Skull
everything.
up.
I've done.
I
Right
like
now,
that.
Baltimore is honestly it's the greatest place on earth. I don't think there's
You
another
said
place
PG
like it.
County's trash. And you
And
say Baltimore's the greatest place on earth. See, this is where the disconnect's gonna happen.
Hey, I gotta rep my city.
And I respect that.
No,
No,
I
I'm not gonna-
respect it.
I'm
but
not gonna
my
lie.
When the
goodness.
Ravens win the Super Bowl, I'll be out there with my shirt off with a Ravens tattoo on my chest, like Baltimore. I'm like, you ain't from here.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Baltimore's better for me now. Like when I was growing up, I didn't really like it because of the stuff that was going on. But now that I got a name in the city, everybody
It's
loves
lit.
me.
It's sweet.
Everywhere I go, it's love. Like it's always love everywhere I go.
You from the city or the county?
I'm from the city, but
Okay, respect.
I live in the county now.
Oh no, as you should.
As you should.
As you should.
As you should. Yeah.
But everywhere I go now it be love. Like it be I don't have no drama. So I be almost feeling like, oh, I don't really need to walk around with it on me, but I still be, you know.
I was gonna say, keep it on you.
But I still be doing it, but I just be feeling like I don't really need it. You know what I mean? But
Man,
at the same time,
I've heard too many stories.
you
These
never
Baltimore
know.
rappers,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
you never know. So
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get
But
caught slipping.
I be feeling like people like I've been in situations like this. Like when I first this is when I was like newer, like not newer, but I had less followers, less people knew me, and I didn't have no money. I wasn't getting no money, and so I was living in Druid Hill. You know where that's at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the trenches.
The trenches. But I lived on a gentrified block, so I found a good little spot.
A little section.
Yeah, a little section.
Yeah.
And I'm not from West. That's over West.
Yeah.
I'm from over East. So I'm over there, but I don't really have no static with nobody. So I had to walk to the store. I didn't have a car at the time. And I'm walking back from the store, and it's like 6 niggas, ski masks, walking towards me. And I'm like, I don't want to be no hoe and cross the street. These niggas are just cross the street with me. So
you can't. You're right. Actually, that's good. I was thinking about it. But you're right. If people across, like, oh, they coming.
Like what?
Oh, we're not crossing the street.
We cross the street, nigga. Like we going to just follow you. So, so I get the fake clutching. I'm like faking like I got that shit on me. I didn't have that shit on me though.
Oh God.
I'm fake clutching. And so I'm like, all right, these niggas, they not gonna be on nothing if I'm fake clutching. I'm like, please, right? So that's when the one dude was like, hey yo. I'm like, fuck. he like, ain't you the nigga that be making them heaven videos?
See? Saved by
I'm
the
like,
bell.
hell yeah, bro, I fuck with you. He like, yo, you funny as shit, boy. We was about to rob the hell out you till I realized.
Not they's about to run down on you.
I'm like, what was y'all niggas gonna get? Like
your groceries.
Like, bro, I'm down bad.
Like, bro, you can take the cards. It's $15 on
like,
it.
bro, there's nothing on the cards. like I just
like
spent all the cash at the store.
You're gonna be practicing.
You're getting food at this point, bro.
At this point, I mean, you just trying to get better with your skills.
You're just getting reps.
Getting your reps in and shit. Like, fuck, you're not doing. It's nothing over here.
Them niggas walk me home.
Hey yo, come on with us. It ain't safe out here.
They invited me to hoop the next day. Like, bro, we hooping over here like tomorrow and shit.
Damn.
It was cool.
So you got good hood stories.
To this day. I fuck with them niggas, yeah.
That's funny. You know what's hilarious about you saying you lived in Druid Hill? I was watching this shit. Shout out to Jay Hill. He was talking to some nigga from Baltimore. He was like, yeah, you know Drew Hill's from Baltimore. He's like, no, they're not. He was like, the name is Drew Hill. He's like, I never knew that. Like, I was like, bro, dude's from the city. Like, yeah, he's from the city. Like, how did he not know?
Wait, he's from Baltimore and didn't know Drew Hill was from Baltimore?
Jay Hill was like, yeah, Cisco. Yeah, he's from Baltimore. Niggas like, Cisco from Baltimore. I was like,
their name is Drew Hill.
Like, it's Drew Hill off of because of Druid
Hill.
Hill.
So I never knew that. Did they? So they named themselves after the
park. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Because I'm like, there's no way they named.
Oh no. They named themselves after the park.
They named themselves after the park.
That shit been named that forever.
Yeah, like, no, they used to be around there. So.
Yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. So what got you into comedy?
What got me into comedy? I feel like I've always been into comedy. Like when I was a kid, I what's it called? My I think one of my uncles left that Dave Chappelle. The Chappelle show.
Oh, show.
The
okay.
the CDs. He left it at our crib,
seasons, yeah.
and I never gave it back to him, I was watching it with him, and he left it over there, so I just hid it, cause he called my mom and asked like, hey,
you guys seen my DVDs?
My DVD over there, and my mom like, I haven't seen it, and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. So we had that like my whole like growing up, so I just would watch that all the time. So Dave Chappelle was like my biggest. Like I would say influence. And I realized too, the shit he was saying, I would say it at school and then I would get in trouble. And I'm like, this nigga saying it and he not getting in trouble. So I'm like, I want to be a comedian.
Yeah.
And so I told my mom, like, I think I was like 12 or 13. I'm like, I want to be a comedian. She like, no the fuck you don't. Like, you never gonna be a comedian. She cussed me out. Damn. Like, told me I was never gonna be a comedian. But she wanted me to be my family African. I was born in Congo, so she so she wanted me to be a doctor. She was like, "You're gonna be a doctor or a lawyer or something. You're not gonna be a comedian. Like comedians are broke." That's what she's like. Comedians are broke. You know how long they're broke.
I didn't realize you were West Africa, so you have very traditional parents.
Yeah. And so she's like, comedians are always broke before they start making money. Like you don't want to go through that. And I mean, now that I went through it, I know.
She was giving you good advice.
She was keeping it real. And so I gave that dream up for a while. Then when I was 19, I started doing sales for door-to-door sales for Verizon.
That's crazy.
Right? I was knocking on people's doors.
How many times did you get cursed out?
I barely got cursed out. I think it was my aura. Like nobody was really nobody was gonna play with me like that. Like I wasn't gonna go for it. Like I think people get cursed out when they like are shy. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, like I'm with Variety. Like, you know what I mean?
The fuck?
Me, I'm like, what's going on, boss? How you feeling? You good? They not cussing me out. So I was like the number one sales rep in the country for like 6 months. I got promoted. I started running my own office.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this when I was 20 years old.
Like,
So
so
now-
office of 20 is crazy.
Yeah, I was getting money too. Like I was getting real money. Like every week the deposits was like 20 bands minimum.
I would flip the never mind, go on.
And I'm like blowing money fast. Like I'm like making money, spending it. I'm buying shit.
You'll be here
like,
forever.
I'm like, this is the best life I could have asked for. I felt like Jordan Belfort from like Wolf of Wall Street. Bro, I had like 50 people working for me at the time, and we would just do crazy shit. Like we would do like bonuses for like MacBooks and flat screens and shit. Like people used to wrestle in the office and shit. Like it was just
That
crazy.
sounds fun.
Like it was
Wish
like
I wouldn't knew you.
It was the
Fit right
funnest
in.
place to work at, I swear. And I had time, so I'm like writing jokes. Like I'm just writing them. But I was like, I'm like, I'll probably never perform these. So I'm like writing jokes. Then like 2 years later, so I'm running that office for 2 years. I think I had like just under 100 grand saved. And
Saved.
Saved. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
It's like
Saved.
saved.
yeah, just under 100 grand saved.
No
And
niggas can't get $100 saved.
but the thing is, I was talking to our national, and he's like, yeah, I've been in the business for 10 years, and he's like I'm making he's like last year I made $2 million, and I'm like 10 years though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like fuck.
Doing the
So
same thing.
That shit made me so depressed because I'm like yo, I don't know if I can do this for 10 years. I'm like, I know this isn't my passion, and so I ended up and I was in Pittsburgh too. Pittsburgh kind of sucked because it was like
Pittsburgh always sucks to me.
Pittsburgh
I
is
hate
like
Pittsburgh.
really white, like not like.
I just hate Pittsburgh. I hate the Penguins.
I mean, I don't like
I hate the
I don't
Steelers.
like the sports teams, but it's just like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is one of those places where like you just feel like you're in one of those small towns where like people are like, you better be home before the sun goes down. You know what I mean? Like
It doesn't feel good out there.
it doesn't feel
as a
very
brown
good.
person.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. So
So you're giving it
I
like
was-
sundown town vibes.
almost not like all the way, but like almost.
Like
you know what I
it
mean? Like
could go that
like
way.
it could go that route. Like let's say you catch the wrong drunk person.
Yeah.
So
One day, like
when
they-
you had
you
your
could
apartment
get-
out there, did somebody walk up to you like, "Hey, you live here?"
No. So
That's like secretly calling you nigga.
no, at the so,
Pretty much.
so at the time, I mean, I kind of had a pass. It's fucked up, but I was dating a white girl, so nobody ever questioned.
Oh, damn.
Nobody ever questioned.
Drop
if
the
I lived
Dr.
there.
Umar from the
Yeah, but that's the thing, I started listening. I started fucking with Dr. Umar, so we got out of that situation. but no, like I mean, the place that I lived at, they knew me like because I wore suits every day, so it wasn't like I wasn't like a street nigga no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had made it out of the street. Like I was getting money, I was good, and then what's it called? Damn, I lost my train of thought.
You was in Pittsburgh. You
I
was
was in
working,
Pittsburgh.
and you was working.
Right,
you
right.
You ain't want to do 10 years of.
Okay, and I didn't want to be in Pittsburgh no more,
Yeah.
right? So I wanted to be in New York, and so I told my national, I'm like, yo, like, I don't like Pittsburgh. I'm like, I can promote somebody here if you just have another territory for me. They're like, yeah, no problem. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Because in Pittsburgh, the reason why I was making so much is nobody had ever done the metrics that we had did in Pittsburgh. Like, nobody ever done over 100 sales. We were doing like 200 sales a week.
A week?
And so, yeah, a week.
Shit.
Like, we were running it up. And so they were like, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing in Pittsburgh. They wanted me to stay in Pittsburgh. They didn't want nobody else there because we had everything organized. I had like a permit person that I hired them just to do the permits. So like we never had issues. And so they didn't want to move me. And so I'm like, okay, I'm about to promote somebody here. Where can I go? They're like, oh, just give us 3 more months. 3 more months goes by, nothing. And then the territory that they told me I would get, they gave it to somebody else that I had initially trained when I was still in my promoting manager's office. And so I'm like, that was supposed to go to me. And he calls me. He's like, yo, like, don't tell anybody, but like, I'm going here.
And he like,
And I'm like,
bitch ass
who told you
Well,
not
he
to?
didn't, yeah.
I'm like, who told you not to tell anyone? He's like, tells me, and I'm like, okay, cool. So then I call him, and I'm like, you got anything you want to tell me? He's like, no.
Oh, you pressed.
Yeah, I pressed
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you got anything you want to tell me? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, so I'm about to shut this thing. I'm about to shut my office down. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm about to just shut it down and then just do my own thing. And they're like, no, like you can come here, you can come. Now they're offering me like all these different terms. I'm like, it's too late at this point. I'm like, I've already like burnt the candle at both ends trying to do this. And so I shut my in corp down. I shut everything down, and then I just was like living off of my savings for like the next. It took like 9 months for me to realize like, damn, I need a job. Again.
Well, 100K saved.
You can live.
You can make it for a little while.
Oh, we was living good.
I was gonna say you can
Listen,
100% live off of
me and my friend
100K.
Nigel France. We did some traveling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to meet a lot of the Qs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's a Q.
Oh, okay.
So he was one of those people that like he worked for me, but he was like a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like we used to hang out and shit, and like go to Applebee's and have like the dollar margs. You know,
real days.
and it was like I wouldn't do that with nobody else in the office type shit. Like it was just like because I never wanted to be like, oh, like, you know, it's like a party vibe. It was very serious. But like with me and Nigel, he was cool. He was fat. Like he was so fat. Like no, he knows. If he watches this, Nigel, I love you. You know what I mean? But he was a big boy. And when I interviewed him, like normally, like when I did the interviews, like because it's door-to-door sales, you can't like just tell somebody in the first interview like, hey, you're gonna be knocking on doors. You gotta like pitch it to them. You know what I mean? You gotta be like, hey, like it's a marketing firm. You know what I mean? Like we do sales, outside sales. You would never say like we knock
literally
on doors.
outside.
Yeah.
Technically,
Like,
I told
I'm
you.
not lying, but like, you know what I mean? I'm like, so like, you gotta pitch it to them.
Yeah.
And so the first interview, he comes in and I'm like, damn, this nigga might not make it, right? So I'm like, I'm like, listen, bro, we do door-to-door sales. And he's like, okay. I'm like, it's for Verizon, so like people like us. He's like, okay. I'm like, do you have like a good personality?
Not you trying to say.
Hey, I don't
I'm like,
know.
do you have like a good personality? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? I'm like, are you gonna be able to do this? He's like, look, like, I need money. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel it. I'm like, all right, so look, so we'll give you a try. We'll give you a chance. Like, you already know what it is. I broke down the pay and like the management training and everything. So he was down. And normally people would go to like 60 houses and talk to 30 people. He would always, every day, he would talk to like 8 people, but still sign up like 2 or 3.
Okay.
And so like everyone else was signing up 2 or 3, but they're talking to 30 people. So I'm like,
he's pretty good.
I'm like, you're like the best talker I know. So like we became like really good friends. 'Cause I used to go in the field with him. I used to be like, how are you doing sales? Like, are you lying to these people? And all his sales will always install. He would always have like 100% install rate. Like his customers loved him, like, cause he would spend an hour with them. You know what I mean? He would spend like so much time with them because he didn't feel like walking. I always asked him.
That's why he only had 8, so he could.
I'm like, look, like, why are you spending so much time with these people? He's like, look, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. He's like, I don't be feeling like walking. And I'm like, all right, I feel that. So we traveled a bunch. Then I got a job at ADP.
Okay.
I was
the
selling,
payroll company.
Yeah. I was selling timekeeping over the phone. I was nice too. I was cold. My first month, I like hit the highest quota number by a new person.
Oh wow.
I was breaking records in there. And then one of my coworkers, like 3 months into me working there, he's like, yo, I'm doing this open mic tonight at Scarpacey's. This is a bar in Pittsburgh. And I'm like, oh, like comedy? And he's like, this is a long story, right?
Oh no, hey, look, I'll tell you this. We're gonna finish the story. We have people coming here that don't say what 3 words.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or we have people that talk for
Yeah, but the story don't make sense.
hours.
Yeah.
Has this story made sense so
It
far?
has.
All
You're
right, cool.
you're telling it in a progressive
Sequential.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, we had people,
But yeah, no, I
Just
went
all
here. Then,
around.
oh man, you know that nigga. I'm like, no, I don't.
No, I don't.
and we just be sitting here like,
No,
But
so
yeah, so open mic.
So he's like, yeah, I'm doing this open mic stand-up comedy. I'm like, oh, I'm a stand-up comedian.
Oh, you just
I
said
had never done stand-up before in my life, right? So I'm a stand-up comedian. But no, actually, I did do stand-up before. High school talent show. Me and this kid, Viraj Patel, we did 2 brown men.
Did you say Patel?
Yes, he was brown.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Patel is like John to them.
a brown. It's a brown last name.
So he was so I'm like we did that stand up. That was like the only other time. So I'm like, yeah, I do stand up all the time. He's like, do you think you could get like 5 minutes? And I had this book of jokes, right? So I'm like, I've been writing these jokes for years. So I'm like, I got like 20 minutes. So I put together 5 minutes.
I'm about to say
I put together 5 minutes.
Don't say.
So he told them I was like an experienced comedian. So So he like plugs me in.
You were really winging it.
No. I wasn't winging. These were good jokes. Some of these jokes I'm keeping in the cut too for like.
When
You
they
still
my
have
Netflix
these
special.
How do you know they're good if you ain't tried them out?
Oh, because I wrote them.
All
I
right.
wrote them. I'm like, these are good jokes. And also too, when I would go do sales in the field, I would say
Oh,
to
Right.
trying to
customers,
run it with them.
yeah, I would live action. Come on.
Yeah.
So I know these are good jokes. So we go up there, they give me 5 minutes and I crush this 5 minutes, right? The crowd is like busting out laughing, everybody's cracking up. Then they light me and I didn't know what the light meant, right? So
You mean get the
they
fuck
think I know because he told them I was an experienced comedian. That means get the fuck off stage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they're lighting me and I'm like, what does that light mean? And everybody's like, no, don't light him. Boo! So they like want me to stay on stage. So then they're like, give him a couple more minutes. I'm like, 2 more minutes. So then they give me 2 more minutes, and then I just continue. So then after, one of the comedians was like, yo, like if you want to stay after, like all the comedians, like we're just like gonna be drinking and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the comedians, you know. Like,
Yeah, I'm cool, cool
whatever.
kid. Come on.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
just don't know.
Hang out with you guys. Sure.
So then they're like, yo, how long have you been doing comedy for? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm like,
Tonight.
that was my first time. They like, boy, fuck no, like that was not your first time. I'm like, nah, for real, that was my first time. And I had my ex was with me at the time, and I'm like, look, babe, tell him like this. She's like, no, for real, like he was so nervous all day, like he didn't know if he was gonna do well or not. And I was like, yeah, like it's my first time. Once they realized it was really my first time, they all hated me. They all were like, fuck this kid. Like, fuck you. Like, can't
Yeah.
believe that was your first time. And I did the best out of everybody.
I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, like the one dude was like, I've been doing this for 7 years. And like he gave me this look where it was like, I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you.
If you suck, you suck.
Yeah, if you just
You
don't-
got it,
either
you got it.
you
You
don't
don't,
got it.
you
You know what I
don't.
mean?
Yeah.
And so I felt that animosity like from them the whole time. Then I would go to like other bars, and I never really bombed. Like I was
Really?
doing stand up. The only time I ever bombed, I fucked up because I went to this new place. It was an open mic, whatever. I'm just like trying to practice some of these jokes, and the lady that went before me, she was like, maybe she was a previous crackhead, current crackhead, I don't know, but she didn't have no teeth. And she did her whole set, no teeth, didn't mention the teeth. Nobody said anything about the teeth.
Did
So
you say
I'm
something
like,
about the teeth?
this is a perfect opportunity for me to say something about the teeth.
I
So
would.
nobody mentioned she was toothless.
Nobody mentioned it.
And she didn't incorporate it into her
Nope.
bits.
Didn't say anything, just brushed over it like it was nothing. So I get on stage and I'm like, so nobody's going to talk about the fact that she didn't have
no
any fucking
teeth.
teeth in her mouth. And everyone's like, and I'm like,
What?
What? Like, I know crack when I see it. Like, I double down on the joke.
That may have
And so
been
they're
meth.
like,
I
That
am
may
from
have been meth.
Baltimore. I know
Right,
a
I'm from
crackhead.
Baltimore. I know what a crackhead look like. Like, she's a crackhead. So they're like not fucking with me. They're like, no. Like I hear chirps in the crowd. Like,
Really?
I can't believe he said that. And I'm like, what is up with y'all? Like, and so I had to like, it got to the point I'm like trying to do my set and like, nope, crickets. And I'm like, all right, I'm not doing this. So I like walked off stage. I'm like y'all aren't fucking with me. I don't know. I don't understand. And so I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, where did I go wrong? And I'm like, oh my God, I made fun of this crackhead lady, and that was that was probably her home crowd.
Hometown. Yeah.
That's probably her home crowd. Like
I'm
she
about to
probably
say.
performs there all the time. So that's what made me realize like don't make fun of other comedians like
Yeah.
in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was probably like month 3 of me doing
Unless you go and kill
stand up.
Tony or something. Fucking kill everybody.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing. But I realized like not to poke fun at like the other
Other-
comedians because
yeah.
you never know who's there to watch them and support them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so after that, I was like, all right, never doing that again. But that was the only time I ever did bad on stage. I did okay one time. I was too drunk. I was just way too drunk, and it was landing, but it wasn't landing how it was
How
supposed to
you supposed
land.
to.
I was just very slurred. What you talking about over
I was
there?
like, she having a good time.
She wants to get on the mic.
she loves talking. She's a big talker. So that I was doing that for like a year and a half, and then I finally started making money from stand up. I was doing shows like I started doing my own shows because I
Word.
got sick of these other comedians like
Making
not trying to
shit
put
up.
me
Yeah.
on because they were insecure. I did, that's what I checked out. I'm like, you guys are just insecure at this point because you're having these events, you're not telling me about them. We're in a group text together. You're like making separate group texts.
You getting
Fucking
left out the
weirdos.
thread.
I'm like, yo, fucking weirdos. So I'm like, I'm not fucking with y'all. So I made a flyer, put myself on it.
Mhm.
Like I did everything. And then I got my bro from high school, Elliot Bromberg. So I went to McDonough, it was a private school.
Oh, in
I know
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my bro Elliot Bromberg. He was doing comedy in DC.
Mm.
I paid to have him come up to Pittsburgh
Mm-hmm.
and open up for me, and then that was gonna be the show. And so I did it at this hotel. I forget what the hotel's name was, but I think I paid like $1,500 for the venue,
Oh, okay.
and it sat 150 people,
Okay.
and I sold I actually sold 170 tickets,
Wow.
but I sold them all hand to hand
Oh,
exchanges.
really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was on the block, like I was trapping.
Literally out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh on East Ohio Street.
Okay.
And these drug dealers, they thought I was selling drugs. They were like, "Yo, like
You gotta move.
This is my
they're like, yo,
territory.
what you doing out here?" And I'm like, I'm selling comedy tickets. And they're like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, I am.
Actually.
I'm like, and I'm selling them to everybody. I'm
Yeah.
like, so do y'all want to
You
come
wanna
to my
come?
comedy show?
Bring your drugs.
And then they were like, bro, you're not selling. And so I pulled the tickets out, I show them, and I'm like, look, these are comedy tickets. And I'm like, and I'm also not no hoe. And I lift my shirt up. I'm like, I got that shit on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not out here by myself.
Yeah.
And so they like, yo, he crazy and shit. Like, he really selling comedy. So they bought like 20 tickets off me.
That's real.
Wow.
And they pulled up to the show. They brought like their girlfriends or whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like that.
you know, these niggas don't got no real girlfriend. They just bring it anyway. So the show was lit though. I think, but the night of the show, it was like mad cold. It was like negative 15 degrees
Jesus
or some
Christ.
shit.
Out
And
the
so
house.
so
Yeah.
remember, I sold 170 tickets. 115 people showed up. So
That
it was
was
like
good.
it
It's
was
a good crowd.
perfect. Yeah, it was perfect because we oversold the show. I oversold the show. So I think I made like 2,700 total
Mhm.
like profit.
Mhm.
For profit.
And so I'm like, yo, so I made good money. So now I was about to do it again, and then the pandemic hits, and I'm like, no. I'm like, I was just about to hang up my Uber, like
About to hang up my
Uber
driving gloves.
This life is over.
Yeah, I was sick.
I'm
like,
about to make it.
fuck this. I'm like, yo. So, the pandemic hits, and then, my girl at the time, she was like, oh my God, like, you should start making content. And I'm like, what the fuck is a content? I'm like, cause I didn't use the internet. So that's how
Really?
I
You was
used
one
it.
of those guys.
I used it, but it
Did
was
you
like a
have social
personal
media?
page.
Oh, okay.
It was like just my Instagram. I had like 1,000 followers.
Okay.
So even when I'm selling these tickets, people are like, I don't know you. I'm like one of the biggest comedians. Like, that's how I'm selling them.
I mean,
They're like, what's your Instagram? I'm showing them my Instagram. They're like, you don't have no followers. I'm like, I don't need
Doesn't matter,
followers.
yeah.
I'm
The
like,
streets know me.
I'm funny though. Like, and I'm like cracking jokes like on the street. And so she's like, you should start making content. I'm like, what is a content? Like, I don't know what that is. So she's like showing me other people's videos and stuff, like other comedians. And I'm like, okay, this is like cool, but like, how does somebody do this? So I start like making stuff. Like, I just started like filming and learning how to edit. And the videos were trash. They were so bad. They were so
it's gonna be
horrible.
trash.
It's when you
And
start, yeah.
I used to cuss people out for not reposting me. I used to be like, nigga, you call yourself my fucking friend.
Hey, yo, you was white, nigga.
Like, fuck
You're
you,
that
boy.
guy.
There you
Like,
go.
boy, I'm not fucking with you no more, bro. Don't ever send me nothing. Don't send me no GoFundMes, nothing.
What?
Like, yo,
You was that- you was really in your feelings.
You were in your
reposting
feelings.
me.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought I was fun. I thought this shit was funny. I'm like, bro, this shit is
Sweet.
hilarious. I'm like, I made this. This is my art. So people were just not. I mean, some people were liking it. Some people weren't. And I think I talked to this like old head comedian. I forget his name. He was in Pittsburgh though, but he was like, listen, bro, don't. He was like, don't nobody owe you shit. Like, at the end of the day, he's like, at the end of the day, it's strangers gonna support you way more than your
More.
friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you got to get as many strangers as you can on your side. And once he told me that, I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna stop sending my shit to people and I'm gonna just work. I was like, I'm gonna just work until something happens. You know what I mean? And I ended up moving to LA. I moved to LA in 2020. I moved there. I want to say June of
LA
2020.
was somewhat still open.
Huh?
Was LA still open? Or-
No, that shit was
No,
closed.
LA was
Everything
the first
closed
one
down.
to shut.
I'm thinking Florida.
Yeah, everything was
You're
closed
thinking of
down.
Florida.
Yeah,
now.
Florida was open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
But
Florida.
moved to LA, and then in LA, I'm going through like the craziest shit. Like, so it was me and my ex. We moved there together. Right when we get to LA, she starts acting funny, like real funny, like she don't want me no more, like type funny, like she want a nigga with some clout, and I'm like, bro, don't you see I'm the ticket? I'm like,
I am
like,
the
I'm
clout.
him. I'm like, it's just time. You know what I mean? You gotta give me some time. Like, she's like, and she used to date Future, and so she's
what?
like, yeah, me and
Yeah.
Future Eskimo brothers.
Woo!
That's one of those. Yeah, you know.
That's my trap lord and savior.
Hey, and when the thing is, when she told me, I'm like, I'm still fucking with Future.
Like, Future my nigga.
I'm like, I still fuck with Future. And the funny thing is, you know that song, Collection.
Yeah.
That shit was about her. That's why. So she told because every time I would play it in a song, because that was one of my shit.
That's
I'm
shit.
like,
That is a joint.
If I hit you once, you part of my collection.
That was the
Every
first
time
song in that joint. I'm like,
I would play it
talking.
when I played in the car with her, she would always switch it. I'm like, what's your issue with this song? She's like, me and Future were talking at the time, and I was there. I was there for the release party for this, and I was really upset when he played this because it made me feel some type of way. And then I found out that she messed with a couple other rappers, and she used to mess with Le'Veon Bell. Ooh. And so I'm like, this fucking song about you. I'm like, that's why you didn't fuck with it. I'm like, you fucked 2 rappers in 3 seconds. A few athletes on speed dial, bitch. I'm like, this is you.
That's why she ain't fuck with it.
So that's why she ain't fuck with the song. But we in LA, and she like, I think I'm gonna hit Future up, and I'm gonna see if he'll go to dinner with me and get pictures. So then, my name can be out there. Yada yada, and I'm like,
oh, like a girlfriend, like one of the rapper's girlfriends.
Bitch, is you fucking crazy?
So she told you she wanted to go.
At that point,
she told you she wanted to go on a date with the next nigga.
Yeah. Right, and that's when I'm like,
with a millionaire.
That's when I'm like,
Why you struggling?
Nah, I'm not with that. So then she started hitting me with the like, I think we should just be friends.
Yeah, we're good. I'm sorry. I'll be like, we're good.
But nah, bro. I was so.
No, we're good.
But look though, I didn't have that dog in me at the time. I was. Listen, I didn't have that, bro. I was in love, yo. You understand, yo? I was young. I was in love. Look, I was in love, so I'm like trying to hold on to this. I'm like, nah,
we can work it out. No, baby.
She's gone, bro.
No, baby.
And my niggas is telling me like, bro, she's a bird, bro. Like, let her fly.
She for the streets.
And I'm beefing with anybody about it too. Like, my man's telling me like, leave her alone. I'm like, bro, fuck you, bro. I'm not playing with you, bro. Listen, and then
that's my girl.
Listen, let me tell you something else. God get involved. Look, cause you know when you scrolling through Instagram, it's usually some shit you need to see. Like if she moving like this, focus on yourself, king. I start seeing a bunch of tweets like that, and it was very specific. It was real specific.
You were seeing the quotes.
And then I'm like, this shit is really going on. So I'm like, God, what you trying to say, bro? Cause I'm not gonna stop fucking with her. Like that's I'm like, cause I'm not leaving. You know what I'm saying? It's my bitch whole time.
Yeah.
I'm like, and if you keep pressing, I'm gonna stop fucking with you. I'm doubling down. I'm like, nah, this is my shorty. I'm like, and I'm like, and if you supposed to be who you say you is, you need to make her act right too.
Not make her act right.
You in your mind talking to God like that?
Talking straight to God, smoking a blunt, right? Blunt in my hand, I'm talking crazy in the car.
Crazy.
Right? So that shit just get way more worse. Like everything get worse. She start doing crazy shit. I got her location. She just going to niggas' houses. She don't give a fuck no more. She just didn't give a fuck.
To be fair, she did tell you.
Hey,
let's be friends.
I didn't listen. I didn't listen.
Say,
like she never wanted.
She did say, let's be cool.
You didn't want to listen to it.
You didn't want to listen.
I said, nah.
I got enough friends.
So yeah, that's when a bunch of bad shit just started happening. Like I was like, yo, like this shit is terrible. And then that's when shit, I forget what made me tell God I stopped. I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, she broke shit off with me. Like she was like, yeah, like I don't want to be with you no more. Like this is over.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's when I was like,
I said it before that.
I was like, God, I can't believe you would do some shit like this to me. I was like, yo, I'm not fucking with you no more. You supposed to be my big homie, and you don't got my back. And so that night I had a dream.
Nah, you ain't got my back.
Look, I had a dream that I'm walking up the heaven stairs. It's like a line. It's like a VIP club line type shit. And God up there, he DJing. He the bouncer. He the bartender. He doing everything. He got like 50 hands or some shit. Like he really just that nigga. Like he the life of the party. He hosting. So he like letting everybody in, right? And the shit looked crazy. Like it just was wild.
What's going on?
It was vivid as hell. And so I get to the top of the stairs and he's like, who are you? And I'm like,
I would wake up out my sleep right there.
I'm like, bro,
I'm gonna way back.
I'm like, I call you OG my whole life. Like, I'm like, I know you know who I am. He like, oh, You the nigga that told me you wasn't fucking with me because of that bitch. I've been told you to leave her. And then he like, oh yeah, nah, you can't get in. He like, yo, Kobe, come here.
Not Kobe.
Yo, cause this is right around the time Kobe
Kobe
died.
passed.
Yeah.
This
So
nigga.
he like, Kobe, come here. This nigga right here, he stopped fucking with me over a bitch. So he
I like to think that's how heaven is, honestly.
Yo, so it
And
was
niggas just laugh you
mad
out.
It's a fun place.
Like,
crazy,
you
bro.
get out of here, bro.
Yo, it was mad crazy.
It's
so
a fun place. Nice
So
party.
I'm like,
I'm sorry,
like,
man.
no way.
How do you deal with this?
She loves me, man.
Clearly.
So he really didn't let me in, and I was about to fight him, and he pulled the gun on me, and that's when I woke up.
God had a gun.
God had a
I
strap,
don't think God needs a strap.
big one, Desert
yeah.
Eagle.
Oh.
I think God got like Floyd hands. Like,
Listen.
For sure.
Yeah,
I
he don't
think
need
he
a
could go
strap.
like
the thing is
this.
though, the thing is though, it was just my interpretation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like when he pulled the gun on me, that's when I knew I'm like, all right, I can't fight this nigga. And so I woke up, and when I when I woke up, right, when I woke up, I'm drenched in sweat, like sweating profusely, like
Yeah.
the most I've ever sweat in my sleep. And it was like I thought I peed myself,
Yeah.
but it wasn't pee. It was all sweat.
Sweat.
My locks was sweated out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, nah, this is crazy. So I'm like, that was like the realest shit I ever been through. And so I immediately get to writing the skit. I'm like, this is gonna be it right here. This is it. Like nobody's ever done this shit before. I'm Googling. I'm like, has anybody ever done a heaven skit before? Nobody ever did it. So it's like, and mind you, it's like 7 a.m. in LA. And so I'm calling my bro Austin. Shout out to Austin, by the way. He filmed the shit for me because I'm blowing his phone up. I'm like, nigga, wake up. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, nigga, bike to my house right now. Nigga, bike to my house right now. I need you to film some shit for me. This is gonna be the one. And so he comes over. It's like 8 a.m. We film it. I edit it. I post it. I immediately go to sleep. But then before I go to sleep, I'm like, all right, God, if you ain't fucking with this, like, I know I'm cussing in the video and shit. I'm like, really though, I just want people to see that you shouldn't really question God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause he real. And so I'm like, this is really to get you to get to the streets. Cause I feel like a lot of people don't get that exposure. Cause when you in the streets, you don't really get to go to, I mean, you can go to church, but you look that weird. You don't feel comfortable. And so a lot of people that's in that life, they don't really get to talk to God or see what God is like or even hear about it or learn about him. So I'm like, this is what that's for. And so I'm like, if you don't like it though, I got 0 followers on TikTok at the time. So I'm like, nobody don't even got to see this shit, right?
It is
So
what it is.
it was a fresh page, right? I had just made it because my bro had told me like, yo, make a TikTok, because I was on Instagram trying to go viral and shit, and that shit wasn't working. So he like, yo, it's easier to go viral on TikTok. So that was the first video I posted on TikTok. I post it, I go to sleep, I wake up, my phone is just buzzing nonstop. I'm like, who the fuck died? I'm like,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, who died,
Yeah.
bro? Like, my phone don't be this lit.
It's
Like, my
busy.
shit be dry.
Yeah.
And so I look at my phone, it's like thousands of notifications. I had like 11,000 followers. It's just in like 2 hours, and the video was
Damn.
already pushing 1 million views.
Damn.
And I'm like, yo, like, this is crazy. So I'm writing part 2. I'm writing part 2. I'm writing
Yeah.
part 3. I had wrote like up to part 7. And so I'm calling my bro again. I'm like, yo, you gotta come back over here. I'm changing fits.
Yeah.
We gotta get some more. So that's how it all started.
And then it just took off from there.
Yeah, and then
That's
it took off
actually,
from
that's,
there.
I mean, that whole story, then you broke down the whole inspiration for it. It makes a lot more sense now.
Mhm.
I now see why you had to go through the whole story.
I had to go through the whole
to
progression.
say,
Because
To get to where we are, it wouldn't make sense.
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
make
make sense.
sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made sense. So
But that's how I think also for our guests, you can tell like which of our guests are what they do and how they tell stories.
Yeah.
Like some of our guests are not good storytellers because that's not what they do in real life.
Right, yeah.
Jokes are,
I'm a
are
storyteller, yeah.
storytellers. So
yeah, I literally tell stories.
And-
That's what I do on stage. I usually don't have like a bunch of jokes. Like some comedians, like they write jokes that like have like these like
punchline.
punchlines. I have my punchlines are just in the story. So like the story's funny.
so like kind of like Ali Sadiq.
Don't know who that is.
I'm gonna show you some stuff. He's
I
like,
gotta check it out.
he's like the big, yeah, he's like the biggest nigga out here right now.
For real?
Like from Texas, yeah. He's like
He's the biggest?
his YouTube does like 500 million
Damn.
view or type shit. He just drop it and just goes away. And he's,
Oh, wow.
It's a long story.
Oh,
the
he
whole-
just tells stories.
It's a long story about him in jail or something that happened in his life, and he packs out the crowd and he just tells a story. And the whole story is funny as shit, but it's a real story. But it's a real life. It's a message
Wow.
behind the story. But he's
I
like,
gotta talk to this
yeah,
guy.
you got to meet him. I mean, not meet him or just check it on YouTube. But he dropped he drops like part 5 that's on his own, but it'd be like 20 million views, all that shit. I'm like, this nigga lit.
Oh, so he tells really good stories.
Really
See,
good
that's
stuff.
the thing. I didn't know people did that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
planning to.
Kevin
do
Hart
something
was
like
actually
that.
good at one point, but now he does like a lot more jokes.
A lot more
Yeah.
bit work.
Yeah.
I was planning on doing that, like just having a tour where I just tell.
Kevin
stories.
Hart did used to do that when he
tells
first
stories.
started.
He talk about his kids and stuff.
Mhm.
Now he
And
does
his
a little,
wife.
he does
Yeah.
that shit now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I used to think he does like he sits down in a chair
I love a
and
good
it's like
story.
a whole tells out a theater.
Mhm.
He came to DC, sold the theater out, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how the time I went to jail."
Oh, he sits down and does his
He
comedy.
just
Yeah.
sits down like this,
That's hilarious.
and then he gets up and start acting shit out, and like it's like yo. So yeah,
I love sitting down. I had to sit down. So when Vontae had me do his, like the first time Vontae had me on one of his shows,
Mhm.
the day before, my roommate at the time, he gave me an edible
Oh.
the day before. I'm not thinking it's gonna last until
Oh,
the
yeah.
next
You
fucking
ate the
day.
whole thing, didn't you?
I ate the whole thing. Of
Oh
course.
yeah, you fucked
Fuck,
up.
you're
Yeah,
fucked.
you're
Love
You're fucking 48 hours.
love edibles,
Yeah.
right? So
Fucked
I'm
up.
like, and he's like, bro, they're strong, bro. So like, I would say eat a half one. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm not
In the bed.
pussy.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I do
I'm about to.
That
just eat this
happened
whole
my
thing.
first time I took a gummy. My
Yeah.
dealer was like, "Hey, slow down."
Next day, right? I'm supposed to meet Vontae at the venue at like 3:00. I wake up, it's 4:00. He's texting me. He's like, "Yo, where you at? Like, we're supposed to do sound check and all this other stuff." And I'm
Help.
like, brother, I'm fighting for my life.
Help. Help.
I'm like, but I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do the best job.
They know I'm gonna be there. And they know I'm gonna do a good job.
And so I go to the show. I'm like toast. Like I don't even know how I drove there. I was so high. And so I get there, and he's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Honestly, no, but I'm gonna do my best." And he's like, "All right."
What?
well."
Just get it.
So I get on stage, they hand me the mic, and I'm looking out in the crowd. I'm like, "Yo, I'm way too high for this." And I'm like, go to the back of the stage. I grab the chair. I'm like, "I'm gonna sit down if that's cool with y'all."
And then most of the crowd went, "Go
I
ahead,
s-
do your thing."
listen, I don't remember what I said, but they fucking loved it. They all were cracking up. They were dying. And people after the show, they were like, "Yo, your set was so good. You were one of the best." And I'm like, "That's so great." I'm like, I don't remember what I said. I didn't say anything I prepared.
Anything.
It was just a good time.
You pulled the Jimi Hendrix.
Something like that.
Jimi Hendrix used to put acid in his headband, so when he sweat, it would go into his eyes. So he never did the same runs on the guitar twice
What?
because he couldn't remember it.
I wouldn't recommend that. I don't. Kids.
I mean, I'm not. Look at Joe. Joe was.
Kids, if
No,
you're
this is a
watching
true story.
He really used to do that. Put acid in sweatbands, so when he started sweating, and he'll go all the way like, "Yo, you did amazing. How'd you do that?" I don't know what I did.
He's like, bro, I was tripping.
Basically, he was stripping balls the whole time.
See that latest Power episode? I mean, the Ghost.
Not yet. We haven't watched
Wow.
it yet.
I'm gonna ruin it for you.
Go ahead.
That's cool. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I just wanted to see what your reaction would be. to
Yeah,
that.
we were both like, all right,
You're like,
we're
"All
gonna
right,
watch
sure."
it anyway.
If you said, "Hey, I'm gonna ruin the boys for you," like, you
Yo,
shut
but
the fuck up.
Yo, but look though, Braden's girlfriend,
Oh,
she-
she's on drugs.
she's on drugs. And
Yeah.
Tariq like cusses Braden out because he catches him doing drugs.
Okay.
And so what she does is she puts a couple drops of acid in Tariq's water bottle. So Tariq
He's tripping balls.
tripping balls on acid.
That's kind of lit. I mean, that's not lit.
And I want to say the
Kinda lit.
last part.
Go ahead.
His acid listen, his acid trip made him realize that he needs to be a better man than his father. So he's really ready to have the baby with Diana.
Oh.
He's gonna die.
Crazy. No. No.
And that's how
look.
these shows work.
No, look, he goes, Diana goes, look, I can't raise my child in the life, blah, blah, blah. And he's
Diana's
like,
really having the baby.
Yeah.
I thought she was
Diana's-
looking at
Diana's
abortion.
having
No,
the
no.
baby.
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige is like,
She said, "That's my
this baby
grandbaby."
could be a fresh start. Like she's
Yeah.
all about being a grandma.
Okay.
And so he's like, look, the reason why my dad like was so bad is because he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's like, I don't need to hide the life to protect y'all. He's like, I need to just be at the top. And she's like, that's not good enough.
Nope.
And just walks out, leaves him.
'Cause that's
So-
what. That's what. Didn't Tasha say that?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
I already seen clips on Instagram, on Twitter. So I was like, all right,
This
it's
shit
ruined
is
for me already.
this shit is getting
didn't watch it,
spicy. But something about 50 Cent, he really should have casted me in BMF because they did use my bit.
What bit?
So I do this thing where I set niggas up in the car and I'm like driving and I'm not looking at the road and I'm looking at the person. You ever see those videos?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. They did that when they were setting the cop up.
Oh.
And he was like, yeah, she waiting for you.
Yeah.
The nigga looked just like me. And I'm like, bro,
You could have called me.
You
I
could
would
have
say-
called me.
I would
I'm like, this
say-
nigga definitely watched my videos.
I would say I don't know you. I would say you reaching, but you have like a half a million followers. So I'm like,
Yo, those videos get
Like,
millions of views. I'm like, 50 definitely. Somebody
and
came
50 be on the
across this.
internet.
Yeah, somebody
Oh,
came
50
across
definitely
this
be on the
his
internet.
team
Yeah.
and was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the video. This is the part. But I'm like, I could have been casted for this role
You could have.
because I would have played it way better. It would have hit way harder, and the nigga wouldn't have made it out of the car. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't have got out.
Real question. What's who your top 5 comedians?
Top 5 comedians.
question.
Wow, that is a good question. All right, top 5.
That you fuck with. Don't get
That
about
I
nobody
fuck
else.
All right. Dave Chappelle, number
Okay.
1. Cat Williams.
Mm.
And Cat Williams, you know what's funny about Cat Williams? He wasn't always in my top 5. He became in my top 5 after he did what he did
On
Shay
Shay?
on Shay Shay.
Okay.
Because that was stuff that
But
we
his stand up
all
afterwards
knew.
wasn't really that.
But that was stuff that we all knew though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody was saying it.
I
And
didn't
I'm
know
like,
he ran
I'm like, the
4.4.
fact that he don't run a 4.4. I was an okay athlete, and I was running like a 4.6,
Yeah.
and I was a way better athlete than
This
Cat.
nigga say, "Oh, I run right now." So put it down. Go ahead, do it like you're not running the football.
Bro, you're not running a 4.4. Come on, these are D1 recruits. running a 4.4. Let's be for real. So we got Dave Chappelle, we got Cat Williams. I really like. I'm afraid to say it
Oh, please.
because he has like other stuff that's going on. Aziz Ansari.
Oh.
Is it? But that was a long time ago.
I thought
know,
he
but
cleared
people
that.
will-
Yeah.
But people will still say stuff. They'll be
Oh,
like,
okay.
I just think
I like Louis C.K.
I think his
He's
cadence.
horrible.
I think his cadence and the
funny.
way I think that his cadence and the way he says shit is just
He's funny
insanely
voice.
funny.
Yeah, he's a funny
And
voice.
when he
I think that
played-
woman was
and-
looking for
and
clout
all-
though, man. It wasn't that situation wasn't bad.
It.
He said he
she
ate her-
coerces. He coerces women.
I think he said he ate her pussy and she said stop and he
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Type shit. Like, well, I mean,
Or like he somehow
like
forced himself on her
pussy.
pooch.
Like how the
Yeah.
okay
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna force myself
to eat some pussy.
to do something, it wouldn't be to eat some pussy.
Exactly. Like,
That was the thing that was
That's a
weird.
job.
Yeah.
That's hey, and I love doing it. You know?
Not the look over.
All right, so Aziz Ansari.
Okay.
Jeez.
Any local comedians?
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's it. That is a good one. I really like
Earthquake.
damn, because I only have 2 left. You guys are. I don't want to leave anybody out.
It's fine.
Do an
It's
honorable
it's-
mention.
yeah. All right. Yeah.
All
do
right. No. Girl, he funny.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Reggie.
Okay.
I really like him because he's so young
Mhm.
and he's already so funny.
Yeah, he's good.
And I think he just has so much upward potential and he's already up at his young age. I think he's only 19.
Mhm.
That's great.
So
I
when
didn't know
first-
that.
Yeah, he's only 19. So when I first did a video with him, he was 17.
Yeah, he's a
Wow.
baby.
And I had to talk to his mom before.
Yeah, literally.
Because I'm like, because he's like, yeah, like we can link up. And I'm like, how old are you, little nigga?
Yeah.
Like,
And he's like, I'm 17. And I'm
yo,
like,
I need
I'm like,
parent
yeah, bro.
permission.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, bro, what's your mom's number?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't
do that.
I can't
I
be hanging around
I
no
can't put you
kid.
in my
Yeah,
car.
I gotta talk to your
Yeah.
mom because I'm gonna be picking you up. And
Yeah,
shit.
That
that
hang around
shit's
high school.
weird. Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, like he could really be like
That guy.
next level goat.
Yeah.
guy.
Like
Yeah.
he could be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that for him. So he's definitely in my top 5. And then man, last but not least, I would have to say V Boogie. I don't know if y'all know him.
Mm-mm.
I'm V Boogie. He's this New York comedian. He's really funny.
V-Boogie. Maybe-
He's real funny. Like
Only
he's
thing
one
was
of
there when what's it called? They brought him. What's the name of that show? And then we had sex. I don't know if he was the host that
Oh,
time.
the
He came to
opener?
DC.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was somebody. I think it started with a V.
no his name. So his name is I'm V Boogie, and he does he does
I'm gonna look him
skits. They're similar. They're like similar style to mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the only person that I'll watch and I'll be like, this nigga is like, he's like a rival. But like I love his work though. You know what I mean?
And don't
Then,
be a
like,
rival, you gotta respect.
it's
that-
not
the
like a
work.
rival. Like, I don't dislike him, but I'm like he makes me
good,
want to
yeah.
like
Com-
work hard.
a
in my
healthy
craft.
competition.
Friendly competition.
Yeah, 'cause,
Little
like-
healthy
'cause,
You
competition.
like,
gotta be good if I
it's certain
can say your
shit.
competition.
It's certain
Yeah.
shit that he'll say that I'm like, damn, he really writing that shit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be like, I fuck with that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's got to be in my top 5. Honorable mentions, obviously. Man, we got to shout out a couple people. What's his name? Rich Fontaine. I don't know if you ever seen him. He's hilarious. He be yelling at women. I think it's so funny.
Christ.
Not yelling at him, but like, but he has like a good style of comedy. Lou Ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got that POV style from, actually.
Lou, my dude.
Yeah, Lou.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, Lou is hilarious. And what's funny is I don't think Lou likes me anymore. I don't think he likes me.
It's okay. You shout him out. Though.
I'm still shouting him out. I still think he's one of the best comedians ever.
Yeah.
Cause he showed me this style that I
Yeah, you do,
incorporated
yeah.
and turned it into my own. But when I was newer and I was like making skits and they were sucking, I was messaging him because I watched him go from like 7,000 followers to like 100,000 followers really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yo, I fuck with your POV style. Like, can I use it? You know what I mean? And I didn't really need to ask for permission. I'm like,
But
It's the internet.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh, all right.
I want
Just
you to know
shows a
that
little
I'm getting
respect.
this from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he was like, yeah, go ahead. And so then I did it, and then I ended up going viral. So then I'm like reaching out to him, like, yo, let's do a collab, and he's like not responding anymore. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So I ended up doing a video where like he was the camera, and I was like bitching him,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like,
You
I,
really
like,
take you
slammed
take
him on the ground.
things really to heart.
Yeah, I take him to heart.
He's
Yeah.
like you gotta.
I take things real personal. She
Yeah.
tries to tell me not to do that.
Yeah, I
She's
think
like,
you take everything
she's
like
like,
right
babe,
here, bro.
She's always like, babe, you can't take things personal. Like you always gotta understand like people have their own lives, and I'm like, it don't
They don't
matter.
think
Like
like-
Lou's pretty busy these
Yeah.
days.
I didn't
don't
look
care.
at it that way. But now I see where he was coming from because people treat me that way. Like they'll be like, yo, Manny, like you don't answer my DM, blah blah blah, or you don't follow me back. Yeah, of course.
We about to play a game, so you're gonna need some more.
They're like, yo, you don't follow me back, or you don't answer my DM. I'm like, bro, I have so many DMs
I'm good,
at this
thank
point. Like, so many people reach out to me. It's hard for me to answer everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so now I understand.
Yeah,
why he
your
was-
one DM, he
Yeah.
probably had 100 that day.
Right. And so
Yeah.
so now I just appreciate the fact that he even took the time to respond to the one where I asked him if I could use the POV. But he also, I don't think he wants to work with me. I think one of his managers in LA, like he's in LA now. One of his managers, the Asian dude that he's with, he reached
There's
out to
nothing
me.
wrong with saying
I
that.
know, but just
What?
my brain. Okay, keep going.
The Chinese man?
No, you double down. Just don't double down no more.
Should I squint?
No,
Oh Jesus!
you should not. Don't do that.
No, so
Do not do that. Please.
So he reached out to me and they were like, yo, like we want to do a collab with Lou Ratchet, and I'm like, I messaged back, I'm like, are you sure Lou fucks with me? I'm like, you should ask him, and he never got it after that.
Yeah. He's like, hey, this guy want. Nope.
I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm like, this feels like a setup. I don't want to go out there,
Right.
and then it's not love. You know what I mean? So
Oh shit.
Alright.
We
yeah, I
got
don't think me and Lou will ever work together, which is sad. Because the people have been asking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, let's give these people the collab for. I'll still do it. I still have all the love.
Hey man.
And also Vontae. I fuck
Oh yeah,
with Vontae
Vontae.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vontae.
Vontae got fucking Under Armour commercials.
No, yeah, Vontae's a man. And then
Vontae's
also
killing shit in Baltimore.
big shout out to Smurf.
I know what you're talking about.
Smurf the comedian, and Chi the comedian. She's a big girl.
You know what's funny? Oh, I do know.
You know, Chi
Yes,
she
I know.
represents for the bigger, the better, the
Yes.
wetters, the BBWs.
Oh.
That's what she always says on stage. It's so funny.
Wetters.
John Doe. These are my guys.
Okay, so it's funny how even though we're like 40, 50 minutes apart,
Mhm.
how
It's a completely different scene.
yeah, 'cause we asked other comedians, they just say, oh, they start
Oh.
naming DC people like, oh yeah,
You know
Pat.
Goofy. You know Goofies.
oh Goofy.
Yeah,
our
we
guy.
know Goofy.
That's our-
yeah,
that's our
I
dude.
love Goofies too.
Goofy.
Goofy's
I
our
also
guy.
I thought that, so I had to try to almost press Goofy one time. Not press him like yo, I'm about to do something to you,
Yeah.
but I had to press him because I did a skit where when you find out your favorite op is your cousin, right? That's like the most viral one I ever did on Instagram. It has like 14 million views.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks later he drops a skit where it's like he did something favorite op, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I like screenshotted it and I texted it to him and I was like, bro, you're better than this. I was like, come on.
Now, one thing I will say about Goofy is Goofy's got hands. Like,
Hands.
Like-
He was raised in the box. He was in the boxing ring this big.
Look, I seen.
Have you seen him fight?
Goofy's fight. I'm
Okay.
not fighting him.
oh, okay. Just
I'm
gonna
like,
smoke 'em.
yeah.
I was never gonna fight him.
You was just gonna
I
smoke
was-
him.
I was gonna fight him with words.
I
was gonna use
when he
my
did that. When he
words.
did that boxing match, everybody was like, yeah. I told
Yeah,
y'all
that little
he a
nigga got
comedian,
hands.
He got
Hey.
hands.
but he will fuck you
That
up.
nigga got some hands. I used to box too, but
Okay.
not as good as Goofy.
That nigga can fight.
Hey,
Like,
I don't fuck a couple
Goofy's-
niggas up, but hey, I seen the clip. I said, damn.
Goofy gets 70 people.
He put the pause.
About 70% of people around here, Goofy
Yeah.
get them out
Come
the
on
way.
now.
Yeah.
That nigga could fight. So I text him. I'm like, bro, come on, you're better than this. And he's like, nah, bro. I would never steal your writing or nothing. So he screen records and shows me his notes that he had for a minute. Like,
Oh.
Mhm.
and he's like,
Oh, so
I
y'all
wrote
really
this
do
a
note-
minute.
y'all really write shit down in notes?
Yeah. He said he keeps a notebook.
Yeah,
He's
but
like-
I mean,
I don't have a
hearing him
notebook
but
no
not
more.
hearing Goofy saying he
I
has
keep
notes.
it in
I'm
my
sure Goofy
phone
too.
notes now,
Yeah,
so
phone
I
notes,
could
yeah.
just quickly access it and just write.
Oh.
But he screen records and shows me his notes, and I'm like, all right, my bad. He's like, yeah, bro, we just have similar
style.
styles.
I mean,
and so I'm like, all right, bet you got that. My fault.
jokes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jokes you can't really like police for real.
Especially if you're talking about the same, y'all both
Pop culture.
pop
like-
culture, and then y'all both from
both
certain
from
neighborhoods,
certain
and y'all
neighborhoods,
understand.
yeah.
Everybody
know what a op is,
seen
yeah.
certain
Yeah.
things in life, bro. Like especially from certain. If you're from an inner city,
yeah,
it don't matter if you're from the West Coast or Baltimore. You have seen certain people.
yeah.
It's,
But it's one-
everybody's kind of the same.
It's one thing that if you see the person got it from me.
Yeah.
If somebody's in heaven or in hell, they got that from me because before November of
so
2020. Oh,
She's cool.
she is chatting. Hi, mama.
She said hi. Hi.
She's having a good time.
So look, so
Yeah.
before November of 2020, nobody ever played with God or heaven
Yeah,
or
we
Yeah,
nothing like
no,
that.
we don't play that.
Well-
Once- But once I did it,
What about that guy that did the gun thing? Like you trying to get the gun. He's like, you get the gun away from this guy like this, and then
but that happened after.
Oh, that was after.
Oh,
Yeah.
was after? Okay.
that happened after.
That was
nobody
so
was ever-
funny. I remember
Like,
that.
Nobody.
I'm gonna try it. Oh damn it! Fuck.
Yeah, nobody, even that landscape of like heaven,
Yeah.
it didn't exist on TikTok
Mm.
when I dropped that video.
So they didn't play with that. Shit.
Yeah, they didn't play with that shit. And I never. That's why I never use the landscape because I'm like I created this. I don't need the landscape. Y'all know where I'm at. If y'all see some stairs, you're gonna know where I'm at. So
Yeah.
anybody that's like, oh, like I'm talking to God or whatever, they got it from me.
What's funny, and the funny thing is, we about to switch up. When you said you text Goofies, and he was like, "Yo, you're better than this," and he was like, "Nah," and he was like, I thought he was like, "Nah, I'm not." And I was like, "You know what? I respect that.
No,
Sounds
I'm
like
not,
a
nigga. I
goofy.
stole it.
I'm not better than
I
that."
would've did-
And
I wouldn't have did nothing.
Right. Like what you doing about it?
I'd have let him have it. I just went.
What you
I
doing
done-
no,
about
I'm
it?
not better than
I
that.
done did
And
some- I done did some petty shit years later. Like, let's say
Yeah.
I got a movie, I add everybody to the movie and not add him. Like, that's what I would do. I would play that game. I wouldn't have tried to fight him. Business decisions, bro. You can't do shit like
all
that.
right,
Nah.
so you got your cup poured.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I thought of today, and it actually worked out perfectly. I want to see where he want to go with it. We have a game we call Truth or Shot.
Mhm.
Now we have a lot of clips. Most of the clips go viral, and it's mostly dealing with sex stuff. Now we
Okay.
could give you the option to do the PG-13 version
And I have some PG-13 questions.
or the rated X version.
Nah, fuck that.
I'm giving you, hey, ma'am, I'm giving him the out. All right.
I
So,
have a,
hey, Black, give me the drop.
She's heard me say worse stuff.
There we go.
I don't know what type of questions y'all got.
It's fucked up. All right, so look.
It's fucked up.
So the game is
That's
pretty
better.
simple. Either answer the question or drink your cup.
Okay. Drink
So-
the whole cup.
No,
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 sip.
no.
Sip.
We're not.
Hey,
We
fuck.
don't want people dying.
yeah, yeah.
Sip your cup, bro. Like,
Please.
Answering everything.
No, we don't want that.
All right, you want to start out, Jazz?
Yeah. So our first question, simple question.
Mhm.
Go to porn category.
Go to porn category. Bratty MILF. Love a
Bratty
good
mouth.
bratty MILF. Little stepmom action.
Never heard that one. That's not your first.
I was gonna
pick.
say. I
That's
think.
not-
Yeah.
I think we have to look
I
that
really
one
thought
up.
you was gonna go real tame and say Ebony.
Nah.
No.
I go Ebony's for like second round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get it. I do.
Like second round,
I get
Ebony.
it.
Every time. That's gonna get me there. You know what I mean? That's gonna get me there. But
A
to start it
bratty
off, to
mouth.
really get my juices flowing,
Yeah.
bratty MILF.
Bratty.
It's like a fantasy thing. Like I never had a stepmom, but like if I did and she was hot, I'm on that.
Huh.
Come on.
I think we found somebody worse than me, yo. I think we
think so
actually
too.
found somebody worse than me.
I
I'm
think
normally
so.
the one saying the wildest stuff on here. I have no rebuttal for this. I have no rebuttal.
Okay.
All right. True for shot. Would you rather eat ass or suck toes fresh out the club?
Fresh out the club.
Fresh out the club.
Either.
Toes.
Toes.
Yeah, toes.
Yeah.
You know, some girls take their heels off in the club.
Ugh.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't date them, but like,
Yeah.
Don't care.
I had one heel
booty
off.
fresh out the club.
I've done that
No shower.
in the backseat of the whip.
Fresh out the club.
Like we stood in the club parking lot.
Nah, see, I can't do that. The reason why is because I could watch a bitch sweat in the club, and I know that sweat is just trickling
Dripping
down,
down.
straight
Straight
to
down
the
the back.
ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that ass is getting swampy.
Yeah. It's get
I
moist.
can't do it.
It's like a little tang
I
to
can't.
it.
That's too
disgusting.
much.
You're gonna make me
tang, bro.
vomit, please.
I'm not beating the allegations that 30 Black has put on me.
The
These
sickest.
That's
cup allegations are not good.
I'm never sharing a blunt with Walt. That's what I'm never.
Please.
Well, technically, I can't smoke on my pro. Anyway, so look.
Doing.
Oh.
Ah.
All right, truth or shot. Worst thing that happened to you during sex. It's pretty tame.
Worst thing that ever happened during sex.
Mhm. Oh, gosh. We like
All
a
right.
pause and a laugh.
All right, listen. So, baby, you're cool with this? Should I just drink? Fuck. All right, so look.
She
so-
wants it.
I think I told you this. All right, so look. So
As long as you
so.
good with it, we don't want you fighting when you
so
leave
look,
here.
So there was this girl that I was like messing with or whatever, and she was real small, like this tall, like very short.
A little person.
Yeah, little. Not she wasn't necessarily
Technically
like, she
a little
didn't have like
person.
little person arms or like
Was she legally a little person?
legally, I believe so.
Anything under like 4'10"
But she,
is a little
but
person,
she,
right?
but she was like built normal. You know
Yeah,
what I
she was
mean?
just
Like,
short.
yeah,
Some
she was
women are
just short.
petite.
No,
Like
but I'm saying,
like
no.
my daughter, she's technically
But she's in high school. She could grow.
no, she's done.
She's done growing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
at
done.
that point they're done.
Yeah,
The cake's baked after high school.
I was still hoping. I'm 37. I was thinking, I mean,
you're
40.
done too.
You're gonna have to get surgery, buddy.
Yeah.
Really? So,
Women,
because I know
women
like,
are done in high
'cause
school.
my best friend, she's 4'10",
No, so-
and she was 4'9". They're like technically she'll
So-
say she's a little person.
So she had
Anyway.
recently had a baby.
Okay.
Not like super recent. It was probably like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Her baby father went to jail for
Okay.
a ghost gun, so she's like single now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Respect, you know. least you know he ain't out there.
Of course. He's not out. He's never getting out. Like he's
Wait,
toast.
he went for what?
Yeah,
A ghost gun.
he's done.
Oh, he went. He did that shit.
Yeah, he's toast.
Like,
Oh,
a,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a gun
and
that's not
and,
a.
and it was like a
Yeah.
high speed chase situation. Yeah, he's
Oh
never
yeah.
getting out.
We'll see you when you
So-
55, sir.
So you know, we're like, you know, we're doing it, and she starts squirting.
Okay.
Right. This is the first time somebody's ever like squirted.
Squirted
So
on
I'm
you.
like very flattered. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. I'm like, that fucking nigga. Right.
Yeah.
I'm that fucking nigga. Right.
Yeah.
She squirts like 3 times. My bed is like soaked. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'll
Yeah.
wash these sheets. I'm
Slip and
not
slide records.
tripping.
Yeah.
Right. And but she had warned me though, like we had put the towels down and everything.
Yeah.
Like she had told me, like she's like, I'm gonna squirt. I'm like, I got you. I've been here before. You know what I mean? So I like pick her up. She's small. I pick her up and I'm like, I'm about to hit her with the back shots. And I see a little brown on the bed. I'm like, what's
Oh no.
like what's that?
pumpkin?
What's going on?
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? What's up? And she like, oh my God, I think I might have shitted a little bit.
Yeah, that's never.
I'm like,
a
what?
good thing.
So me, I'm like, I didn't want to like make her feel bad, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I put her down respectfully, and then
Because you were about to hit it from the back, so you about to get a full.
right, I was about to just get
That back shot air would be crazy.
all shit wind right in
Yeah.
my
All right here.
So I didn't do that. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I got her a rag and shit. I put the sheets in the
Yeah.
washer and dryer.
Oh, good for you.
And then you know, I went to her and I was like, look, you could never disrespect me ever in your life. And she was like, why you say that? I was like, I literally just fucked the shit out you.
He's an ass.
You like that one more?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh,
That was a good one.
You can never talk bad about me
God.
ever in your. If I ever,
Oh my God.
That was a
if
good
I ever
one.
catch you slandering my
Oh
name,
my Lord.
That was a good
I'm
one.
telling the world your name.
You? She said I ain't do nothing, man. I fucked the shit out.
I fucked the shit out that bitch.
I'm just trying to
Got the
think.
pictures.
Wait a minute. Why would you shit?
People don't forget.
Yeah, but she said it was because she had recently had the baby and
Oh,
like
and
everything. was
everything
Oh
loose.
yeah,
was-
okay, that makes sense.
Everything's loose
Actually,
down there.
Yeah, that
Yeah, so I guess it
And
wasn't.
it's a
3 or
lot
4
of
months.
pressure.
It might have been like 1 or 2 months. The baby was young.
Okay.
I never met the baby.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I never met the baby.
I was gonna say good.
She never brought the baby over my house.
hey.
Don't bring that baby.
Don't bring a baby.
I-
You
I
can't bring a
wasn't-
baby.
It was also before I had a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least you know, like, I don't want to meet a 2-month-old baby with
Yeah.
a nigga that's in jail. Like, no,
Right.
that just sounds like his boys gonna spin the block on me.
Don't bring that baby.
I don't want to meet that baby.
Yeah.
I am good.
I have some G questions, but they're not.
Okay,
I have some PG questions.
PG.
PG.
But you want?
Actually, let's mix in some PG.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
mix in some PG.
I hear-
he went pretty far.
I hear you're a Harry Potter fan,
I am.
so we have some Harry Potter.
Oh yes.
All right. Now this is a tough one.
Okay.
What is the correct birth order of the Weasley children?
You know, I have no idea.
Bill, Charlie, Percy, Fred and George, Ron, Ginny.
I didn't even
Wait,
know
what,
all
is
that.
that me? I thought it was the twins and that daughter.
I didn't even know all their names. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, but I don't know the semantics.
Okay, here's
Like,
another
I
one.
watch it for entertainment. I watch it for like, oh my god, a spell. You know what I mean? Like I'm.
So you have to take
I
a
watch
sip
it as a hood. Nigga.
You gotta take a
drink
sip.
that one. You gotta drink that one.
Because you
Oh,
didn't
I got-
answer.
Okay.
But also, like the last one, like the 2-part joint, they
Definitely
was cursing,
hollows.
niggas was dying. Like, this is lit.
Yeah.
See, that's I never even watched. I haven't even watched that one.
What?
That's why
What
in the
the fuck is
latest
wrong with you?
Harry Potter video that I did, because Harry was trying to 1v1, but I didn't know he killed him. I had to
He
look
did.
it up.
He won.
He
He
killed
won.
him.
Yeah, I looked it up after the video was posted. After
He
the
had to
cake
die
was baked.
first
Yeah.
to come
See,
back
I
to life.
didn't know. I didn't know all that.
He had to kill half of what's the nigga name?
So-
The
so
name
now-
Voldemort
Yeah, yeah.
in him, and then go back and wash that nigga.
All right. So here's another one.
But they say the reason why Harry killed him was he actually killed himself.
Yeah,
Correct.
he killed himself.
He had
Right?
to die.
He tried to use Harry's wand
Yes.
to kill Harry, and Harry had mastered that wand, and that wand won't
Wouldn't
kill
do
his
it, yeah.
master, so the spell went to Voldemort.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
Yeah, I did my research because people were like, you know, Harry won, but I'm like, nah, we gotta gang up on that nigga Voldemort. You know? I'm like, nah, that nigga ain't no 1v1 type
Harry
of
washed
nigga.
that nigga, yo.
Nah, Harry ain't washed him. He washed himself.
But he still won.
But if he had a different wand, what would have happened to Harry? Harry little ass would have got.
He would have
cooked.
got. He would have died.
Harry
Yeah.
little ass would have got cooked, and you know it.
He would've
So
died.
he would have needed
The
me
wand
in the
saved
Nike
him.
ski mask and the Black Forces to help him out.
If
These are hard.
if
Wow.
if
Yeah, don't ask me no more Harry Potter questions.
Yeah, these
don't
are
embarrass me
hard.
on here.
I
I know the fucking Weasley children.
All
I
right.
didn't know
Well,
they
no,
had
no.
5 kids.
I got an
thought-
easy
I thought-
one. I
thought
got.
it was 2.
thought it was a twin and a daughter.
Yeah.
No, because no, Harry
Yeah,
started. Because
yeah.
Harry started fucking his
Yeah.
boy. That's Harry a wild nigga. He started fucking
Wild
his, he started
dude.
fucking his man's sister.
I mean, I did that.
Yeah.
before.
No. This is too much.
Wait, hold up.
Hey,
So you hit
sometimes
your
your man's sister is bad.
man.
They're people too.
Yeah.
Everybody is somebody's. Well, almost everybody is somebody's sister.
Older or younger sister?
older.
Ooh.
mean-
I can deal with.
He was
older.
more mad about that.
About what?
That it was his older sister.
Well, she's big dog. You could do what
I'm
the fuck
like,
you want.
bro, don't make me tell her on you, nigga.
She could put you in timeout, nigga.
Nigga.
She used to babysit your ass.
Yeah, like what?
All right, super
Okay.
shot because everybody gets on jazz for this one, so we got to ask everybody else because that clip for some reason will start picking up again.
Which one?
Super shot.
Mhm.
Who would be?
Okay.
I mean, excluding your fiance,
Right.
respectfully. Who would be? What celebrity would be on your train list?
My training list?
Train.
list. Like right now, I'm with Tiana Trump and Sexy Red.
And I'm with Gunna and Travis Barker. No.
What do you
I-
mean train
I
list?
forgot.
Like they're gonna run a train on me.
Travis Barker and
The
ThaGod.
women will run a train on you?
I've had it happen before.
And I want a train from.
I'm sorry.
two guys.
I'm way too masculine to have a train ran on me. But if I was going to have a threesome,
Okay.
That works.
Well, because a train is a different energy than threesome.
Yeah,
energy.
it's gotta get energy. Like the girls that I say they ran, I thought I had a threesome. I didn't. Like they would like hold me down, and like one girl was like, yeah, she was like, yeah, you better keep fucking, or you ain't going. It was pretty bad. But now I had fun. But it was like now I look back on it, like they ran the train on me. They were the bosses.
Yeah, you were.
I might have to
Kinda
drink to
sorta.
this one.
There we go.
There we go.
Then man, we want people to drink, but not the whole cup. Like like we don't want you to do the whole cup.
I'm not going to answer.
Okay.
Job.
I respect.
All right.
You know I'm getting a screen print for we host a Broccoli City this year. I got
Are
my
you
book.
hosting Broccoli City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I with you guys backstage or something?
Well.
Like what's the deal? Like
I
well.
mean, you're more famous than us.
Well,
Technically.
Like, can you guys get me in there? Are you guys gonna meet the artists?
Yeah, we did last year.
Like, what's the deal? Like, what would they say if like all three of us was there?
What would who say? The powers that be?
Like, whoever hired
Security?
y'all to do it.
I mean,
Oh, like if you just showed up with us.
Yeah.
Like,
to be
oh,
fair,
we got one more.
the guy that runs it, he's willing to be on this show. And like, oh, we could do.
We could ask.
Just ask him, like, hey, could Manny and his fiance come with us?
Have an extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get on? Because
I mean,
I'm nervous of hosting, so you can take my mic.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I will host.
You bet
No, I'm not.
not. You are not leaving me on stage.
I can't. I would never leave you.
And last time we did it last year as well.
Yeah.
We hosted and stuff. But yeah, we was like our trailer was like by Lola Brooke.
Isn't
and Tina Korean.
who's all gonna be there?
Megan,
Meg,
Sexy
Gunna.
Red, Gunna, Kate
Gunna's
Renata,
all right.
Bees, Key Glock.
Party next door.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm getting a Sexy Red shirt. And I'm
I
gonna wear on
love-
stage. So I was like,
Yeah.
I love you, sex. Like, can you sign it?
You got to bring your
sign it.
pen. Yeah, she'll
gonna-
sign
I
it.
like-
She'll sign it.
I was like,
sign it.
sign. I just want. I can't sniff yet. Never mind. Anyway, so yeah.
Truth or shot? Wildest place you've had sex?
Wildest place?
Yeah, please. I did it in church parking lot. No offense.
Damn. Mine is a little wilder than yours.
Cool.
Inside the church. Sunday
You went Fat
school.
Trail.
Trail did it inside a church.
I was still a teenager.
But do you know Fat? You heard Fat Trail?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had on the show. He said I was in church. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
in
this
church.
is-
That's where
During service, or you were just happened to be there?
during service.
Oh,
Whole
okay.
person.
Well,
Yo,
never
okay, so, all
mind.
right, so look, so this is how I would avoid service.
Well, hold me out. Hold
Listen.
up. God still got your back because you said, hey, God, if this don't work, and the clip went viral, so he still fucks with you.
He still fuck with me. He still fuck with me. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
I
you
always,
communicate with
I
him.
always keep it a buck with him.
Yeah.
You're
I
made in
always-
his image,
Right. I
so he
always-
knows
he
who
know
you
me
are.
before I know me. That's what I'm
Amen.
saying.
He knew you were capable
He
of
knew I
this.
was going fucking to church.
And me.
He
Amen.
knew. The plan was written. So listen, church was where I got my first piece of coochie.
You lost your virginity in church.
Not in the church, but that's where I met
Met
Shorty.
homegirl.
that-
Oh, okay.
You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
like, God damn, bro, you went.
I was listen.
I know. I heard about jumping off the porch, but
I
you
was
really
14.
jumped off.
Look, so I was 14, and what's it called? My stepsister had a no
You
no
had
no
a
no
stepsister,
whoa,
but you didn't have a
Have a stepmom.
stepmother.
Right, I had a stepdad.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Oh, that's why you like that point. Okay, so you had. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, opposite.
no. It was never like that with yeah.
No. I'm saying
No.
more so because
My
you
stepsister
always had a
wasn't-
stepdad, but you like. I wish I had a hot stepmom. Why
Right.
fuck?
Like yeah.
I just got
But
an extra
but I
dad.
didn't- but I
Like,
didn't- but I
Why?
didn't-
Who's this nigga?
I didn't have a father.
Telling me.
Okay.
Take out the-
Oh, so it worked
yeah,
out.
like,
Yeah,
like no dad, you can't have a stepmom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't know that.
So look, so my stepsister was friends with this girl, and she thought I was cute. So she in the church. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 'Cause you know, in church, I put that suit on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Looked
I'm looking
handsome.
fresh every Sunday. So she tell my stepsister like, yeah, I think your brother is cute or whatever.
Yeah.
So then we get to chatting. So she hit me up on Kick. That was
Oh,
Kick. You remember
shit.
Kick?
Jesus Christ.
No. I
Niggas
don't
was on
remember Kick.
Kick
Yeah.
back in the
damn.
day. This was like, what was this like? 2011,
Yeah.
2012.
Young nigga, but just keep
Yeah.
going.
I don't remember.
So I'm
Oh.
on Kick.
I do.
She hit me on Kick. We texting and shit. I'm like, where you live
Yeah,
at? She sent me the address, and that shit is like a 6-minute walk from my crib.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, shit, I could pull up whenever. What you trying to do? She like, pull up right now. So I walk straight to her crib. Then I get to her house. I'm like, yo, let me in. She like, she takes me. She like, she like, you got to get the ladder from underneath the house
What?
and climb up to the window. Cause my mom, if I
Oh.
open the door, she gonna hear the
Door
alarm
open.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
There's a ladder
Fuck.
under the porch.
I'm like, fuck it. This is the first time I'm getting some
I was
pussy.
about to say, I
I'm like, I'm gonna get this pussy now.
this sound, everything in my being knew this nigga did not say. If I was 14 years old, like,
Come
you gotta get
on
the ladder.
now.
All right, I'll get that.
I'm getting the
I'll
ladder,
get that.
and I'm stretching that bitch. That bitch was stretchable.
I can do it.
I'm stretching it.
I climbed
I
that before.
put it up to the top. I don't even know how I knew how to work
I was
this
gonna say,
ladder.
how'd you know how to work a
I
ladder?
summoned these abilities. I was trying to get some
Like
ass.
a fawn gets born and knows how to go to water.
Come on now.
Yes.
Like, know
Like
what?
real
There's pussy
shit.
up there. I can figure this out.
I'm stretching the ladder. So I'm climbing up the ladder. It's cold as shit outside. I ain't got no hoodie or nothing.
Some nigga walking and looking out his window.
I'm
Look at this
climbing
nigga.
up, right? Then she stick her head out the window like, stop, my mom coming. So I'm frozen on this ladder.
Literally.
I'm sitting there like this. 10 minutes go by.
And
I'm
you still
sitting
on a
there.
ladder.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, one thing I'm going to do is get this coochie. So then she sticks her head back out the window. She's like, all right, come on up. So I get up there. She on the phone with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's not legit.
okay. So I take her phone, I hang it up respectfully. And then, you know, we did what we did. And then now we go to church together. So
We've already done it.
I don't go to the services. I was always working security. I was on a security detail.
Security
At
team.
14?
Security team.
Yeah. I wore a vest and shit. I would just go walk around the cars, make sure nobody wasn't breaking into cars.
That sound like
Okay.
Baltimore.
So
Sound
she
like
would text me. She'd text me and she'd be like, I'm going to that bathroom. So I was straight, you know what I'm saying?
Meet her
Leave
in the
my
bathroom.
post.
Not leave my post.
Go handle that real quick.
Not in the bathroom at church.
Nah, not in the back. One of the Sunday school classes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In the classroom?
Somewhere.
Children be the, wait, know what?
Don't say
nobody in there
nothing
at the
about where
time.
children, man.
He was in the Sunday room class.
Children be everywhere.
But
There's
nobody-
a child in this room right now.
Right.
I never did nothing.
But nobody was in there at the time. But I used to
Me
leave
either.
my post and just go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All
It was
right.
a good time.
Jesus Christ.
I never missed church after that.
I mean, I that sounds a good incentive to go to church.
Yeah.
Pussy's there. All right, last truth or shot question. Pretty simple, pretty tame. If you could have sex with any celebrity right now, who would it be? Once again,
Or you can take a shot.
yeah, I would rather you take a shot.
I'm going to take a shot.
There you go.
There you go.
You're a smart man.
Smart man. Your beautiful wife and daughter sitting right
Listen,
here.
she's great. My wife is amazing.
Amen.
So I started working with. I told you I started working with the trainer this week.
Yeah.
So he put me on this meal plan.
Okay.
She got me all these like
Meals.
meal prep
Mhm,
kits,
mhm.
like the containers and stuff.
Yeah.
And she wrote out the whole meal plan, like with everything that I could eat.
Oh,
Oh,
You
nice.
know what I mean? She's real supportive.
Shout out
Like
to you.
she's
I'd be winging it.
she's one of the main, like one of my biggest motivators, like one of the reasons why I felt empowered to even leave my job to do
Do this.
content full time.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I believe in you, you know what I mean? I know that, you can make money doing this, you know what I mean? Like, and she gives me tips and pointers. So, she's somebody that has been like really like influential in my growth for sure.
That's
As a
good
man,
place
as a
to-
comedian, as
Top
everything.
Shelf, Bomb Shelf, ended up?
I have none, so.
None? It's the one thing.
I can hear
know.
them upstairs.
I know.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
thing. I could cut that out, baby. I'm an editor.
Oh, all right.
We haven't done it in so long that I got out of the cycle.
We did it last week. Oh
Did
yeah,
we?
you weren't here.
I wasn't here. Yeah.
Don't we have another podcast to do?
Yeah, we're wrapping.
We're wrapping it up, bro. Okay, let's just do this. We're gonna end it up with this. Well, I'll do my top shelf and bomb shelf. My bomb shelf. Rest in peace to my man's. It was a couple kids that just got drafted
I saw that.
to the NFL. They
Yeah.
died in
really?
a car accident last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Out
fucked up. They
here,
was just in
yeah.
camp and everything. They went to one went to Wise, one went to Merlin.
They all went to Wise.
They all went to Wise. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. We don't know what
Recently
happened. I wish I could.
were,
Let me get the names.
They were hit
They
by.
were drafted in the NFL or NBA.
Yeah.
NFL.
They
Damn,
recently.
that's sad.
It was a 3-car collision.
Yeah.
They died on scene. So.
Yeah. Kyrie Jackson. He got picked out of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Hazel, Anthony Linton. So yeah, they all died. They were all went to high school together, and they were just, I guess, they went bowling. And
That's fucked.
yeah, top shelf. I would say, I'm gonna give another shout out to my cousin. My cousin.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah, my
did,
cousin
yeah.
is bringing the first hockey team to a HBCU. And he's
Really?
the coach for Tennessee State. So they got the jerseys and everything of that nature. And I see his IG. He in Tennessee drinking like shit in Nashville. I'm like,
I was just in Nashville.
I was like,
No,
I
really?
got pulled up
Yeah.
out there.
So I went back to the business doing Verizon sales. I got promoted again. I was running the office.
So
in
you went
Nashville.
back.
Yeah, I needed some money once I found out I was having the baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta get in the kitchen.
I wasn't getting no money doing
You gotta
comedy
get in
yet.
that kitchen.
So I was like, listen, let me go get this money. So
Right.
I got
Got
promoted. I
benefits.
went to Nashville. So that's how we paid for all the baby stuff.
Yeah.
Respect.
Was that business. Then when she was born, I
You
was
need
like,
insurance, all that shit.
Huh?
You need health insurance and all that shit, right?
well, I mean, finesse the health insurance.
Don't tell all his business,
Man.
Don't tell all
Yeah,
his
yeah,
business.
yeah. I ain't making no real money. That's all.
We were
I was
going-
gonna say, look, for the state of, as far as the state of Maryland is concerned, we make $0
I
and
ain't
0
making
cents.
no money.
You
This
hear?
shit ain't monetized. what I'm
Okay,
doing. I'm
this
just-
is according to the IRS, this is
laughs.
simply a hobby.
This is a hobby, baby.
This is a hobby.
This is an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of money. That's why I have to write off a lot of things on my taxes.
It's a hobby.
we were going to ask. We have another segment. We were going to ask about how toxic are you, but we've heard your stories enough. You are future level. So we're gonna leave.
No,
it right
I'm
there.
not.
Well, technically you are.
Not
'cause
anymore.
She was attracted to you. Your ex was attracted to you, and she was attracted to the future. So
Okay.
you're pretty much on the same level. Right
But-
now, you're a different man.
But yeah, am I
Right.
toxic?
Damn, she had to think
Ooh,
about it.
there was a pause.
She.
I am.
Not you sounding like this
I'm
is
about
the
to put
news of the
free band drop
century.
right here. The free band drop. The free
Not
band.
the news of the century.
Yes, typically we had like
All right, all right. I am toxic.
All right.
But
good.
but I'm
You
not.
said you was gonna if Goofy said yeah I stole from you, you was gonna wait years to go by, still be his friend, and invite everybody to do a movie.
and
but
not
him.
invite him. Yeah.
That's pretty toxic, bro.
That's petty.
pretty
That's
toxic.
petty more than toxic.
That's up there. That's pretty toxic.
But the thing is though, I'm toxic in a way where it's still healthy. It's like a healthy toxicity. And I think that's a part of the
How quick do
toxicity
you
as
block
well.
people?
I block people, so I throw block parties.
There we
Then
go.
you're
Yep.
toxic.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Block parties.
That's the only. I'm gonna ask one question. That's
Listen,
it.
when I go live, if somebody says something that's like remotely off,
Yeah.
I tell them, I say, you have 7 seconds to apologize.
Yeah.
And if they don't apologize in that 7 seconds, I don't care if they finger or they keyboard fucked up, they getting blocked.
Amen.
We'll never see them again.
All right. Well, let
Yeah.
folks know this is your camera, where they can find you, what you have coming up.
You can find me on Manny's Mania on Instagram, Facebook, Manny Tha God, ThaGod, YouTube, Manny's Mania. You can also catch me August 10th at a show, live performance. It's the show is run by John Doe, the comedian. I don't know where the show is. I just agreed to it. I signed the contract. It's gonna happen August 10th though. You can
We'll just
catch
wait
me
for the
there.
flyer.
I also don't exist in person. If you're just trying to link with me, I only exist online. That's it.
Amen.
That's real good.
Guys,
Yeah.
thank you for another
What-
episode. Please make sure you're following us on social media, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you listen. Please make sure you download. That's how we get our streams. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't, catch us at Broccoli City. Get your tickets July 27th and 28th at Audi Field here in Washington, D.C.
And we once ago, we're hosting CCB's reunion at Howard Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you get your tickets for them. Yeah, if y'all niggas was into go-go, and definitely CCB was one of the top bands. So they bringing
Mhm.
everybody out. So make sure you see us there. I'm gonna be lit. Yeah. Never mind. I was about to say something, but know what? They're friends with me now.
Thank
so we're
you.
gonna keep it right there. All right. I'm just saying.
And potentially I'll be at Broccoli City. Catch me there if they, put in a good word for me. I
Amen.
don't know.
Hey, I think we could try. We gave them for niggas that's just hosting. We gave them a good run.
Oh, really?
Oh, we've been talking some.
We've done some-
We've been demanding some things.
We've done some things.
We've
I
been
can love
demanding some
that.
things. I was like, look, we might not be here next year. Who
We
gives
need
a
a
shit?
fucking.
Yeah.
We need our own green room, first of all.
Oh, we have.
Oh, we got a
we
trailer.
have one. We got a trailer
Oh.
With AC.
with AC.
Tell them get me a trailer.
Yeah.
Give me a trailer because we got the baby.
Oh yeah, you can't.
I mean,
Yeah, baby. can't be
Baby's
hot.
first festival.
Baby's first festival.
You gotta get her the big
With the
earmuffs.
headphones.
And I'm gonna have the little pouch.
The
She's gonna be in
strap-on.
the pouch.
Yeah.
She got the Sully baby. I put her in the Sully.
Just have a picture with you and Gunna with a baby.
Yup.
It's a good picture.
I'm gonna have Gunna gonna be snitching on my baby. Sign off.
What's
That's
the
fucking-
episode of Tequila Talk? My name is Walt. Like what we are done.
Bye, guys.